Good evening, folk. Welcome to our 9th annual West Kelowna Warriors Faith Night. My name is Don Richmond, and I'm the chaplain of the club. And tonight we're going to be focusing and highlighting the chapel program as well as the Christian community. Thank you to all the church groups and youth groups and the different groups that are here tonight. It's going to be a great night, and thank you for coming. Sit back and enjoy the evening, and God bless you. With me today is Michael Lombardi, and Michael, you're an import, and you're a long ways from home. Maybe just tell us a little bit about where you're from and your experience here in West Kelowna.
I'm from Barrington, Rhode Island, so on the East Coast, about an hour east of Boston, and it's been great so far since I got to Kelowna. It's a beautiful spot, and really loving it so far.
I see you got a bit of a shiner there and a little bit of a scar. You've had some experiences in the BCHL recently.
Yeah, 14 stitches above the eye is not too bad, but yeah, it happens, hockey players, so you're gonna get some scars on your face, but we'll take it.
Yeah. What I'd like to do a little bit here today, Michael, is just to get you to describe a little bit of the chapel program and maybe some of your takeaways, because we've been doing chapels every 2 weeks, and so just some of your thoughts on the chapel program here as we talk about Faith Night.
Chapel it's a great time for all the guys to come together. You really realize that there's more than just hockey going on. It's nice to sit down and reflect and have a snack and a drink and kind of just take a minute to relax and just talk about something that's more important than the game of hockey, and that's huge for a lot of guys on our team.
And what is your takeaways on that too? I know we end up with a prayer and a motto there. What is maybe some of your takeaways that you'll take away after the end of this season? Well,
it's huge for me being away from home. I don't necessarily get to go and experience things like that because I'm far away from home, and coming to the rink and be able to have chapel and still have that connection with your faith. It's just huge for me from being away from home. So I really appreciate that. Thanks so much, Michael. Thanks for being on Faith Night. Captain Jared Marino is with me today as well as we continue with Faith Night. And Jared, good to see you today. And of course, Faith Night's been going on for years. This is our 9th annual. And maybe just let me know a few things. First of all, a little bit about where you're from for people who don't know, and also just a little bit about describing the chapels and maybe a few takeaways that you've gotten from the chapel program. First of all, where are you from, Jared?
I'm from Niagara Falls, Ontario. This is my 3rd year on the team, so my 3rd year doing chapels and Faith Night. For me, they're amazing. They do so much for me with the chaotic hockey season and practicing every day and in games. It's awesome to kind of just step back from that and just think about the other things in life.
And what are some of maybe describe a little bit about chapel? I know we eat and drink all the time, and it's always the same stuff. Yeah. And we have a prayer circle and a motto. But maybe describe from your point of view just a chapel and maybe some of the takeaways that you get to take away, not only after a chapel, but when you after the season's done.
Yeah, I mean, every second week you let us know when we're having a chapel, and we just gather around. We try and get out of our hockey gear as quick as possible, and then we just get into the dressing room, have some pizza, have some pop. Don reads us something from the Bible, and then we just talk about how it relates to our lives and what we go through, and then the prayer circle at the end is very big for me, and I know it's big for other guys on the team. Just to if there's something going on in their lives or something going on in the world that we'd want to pray for, then we have the opportunity to.
Thanks so much, Jared. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. You're a great guy and a good captain, and I'm glad that you're here in West Kelowna. God bless you, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you, Don.
Okay. Head coach Rylan Ferster is with me again tonight. Again, we're celebrating our 9th annual Faith Night here in West Kelowna, and Rylan, we've been friends for a long time, known each other for a long time, and I just want you to comment a little bit on some of the activities and the influence of chapel programs. I know the players are, a lot of them are away from home, and so just maybe give me a comment on some of the effects of being away from home in the chapel program.
Yeah, we have known each other a long time and been good friends, and I appreciate that. And I think it's such a good avenue for players to be able to talk to somebody else rather than their coaches or maybe their billets. And again, knowing you as long as I have, and you being the pioneer and putting them together for all the teams. It's I don't want to say it's a neat thing. It's a special thing, again, Don, for every team to have that. It's something that I know when I'm out recruiting kids, I speak very highly of it, that, we have that every 2 weeks, and they have their orange pop and their pizza. And the thing that I like about it the most is that, you talk about different things in there, and they're short to the point, and the guys really like them. So, I mean, it's an integral part to the program, and, and another piece that makes not only our program, but the BC Hockey League a special place to play.
Well, young guys have to grow up pretty fast, and sometimes it's hockey's fun, but it's not always easy. And we try to help them out in as many ways as possible with a resource such as chapel programs. And I know I have great talks, and we've had our own great talks together. And so to me, the Warriors have been a real integral part of my life as well, and I just appreciate that. And just a takeaway, any last takeaway about the chapel program that you can let us know before we wrap up?
Well, I think it's been a great avenue for me too. Again, coaching's not that easy, so we've had a lot of talks, you and I, just to be able to get away from the rink. But even so that just floats right down to our guys to be able to go for a coffee with you and get away from the rink. And as you said, it's tough when you move away from home 17, 18 years old, and you're in a new place, and the expectations of junior hockey are tough. And hockey's not always easy. I tell people that all the time. I mean, there's some days where it's not fun to come to the rink. So, I mean, to have that program in place again is such a great avenue for our players to be able to, let their hair down or talk about different things with, with someone other than their coach.
Appreciate that, Rylan. I know that we always end chapel with a little prayer circle and a motto, and the guys seem to like it. The cool thing is it's not mandatory, and yet they all come and they enjoy it, and so I appreciate that. I appreciate your time, Rylan. It's good to be chatting with you today.
All right, thanks, Don.